Hi, my name is Kristin Detroye. I am the principal here at Cooper School. This is Anna Grunwald, one of my reading interventionists here at Cooper. Cooper is located in the Sheboygan area school district. Currently, we have about 280 students here at Cooper. We are a free breakfast and lunch school. We are about 60% free and reduced on a normal year. We are a friendly neighborhood school. We are a two-track school, which just means we have 2 kindergarten through 5th grade classes. However, this year we do have 3 kindergarten classes. So that leaves me with 13 classroom teachers. I have 2 reading interventionists, Anna, and then I have an early literacy interventionist that primarily focuses with our younger kids, kindergarten through 1st and 2nd grade. I have 2 full-time special education teachers. I have 2.5 EL teachers, which are English language teachers, a handful of educational assistants. We have a part-time occupational therapist, physical therapist, and speech therapist, and then also specialist teachers for music, art, and phys ed.
Mindfulness is a very important part of being an educator. There are so many different stressors that I think come into play just in the workplace, in planning and preparing for your classroom and your kids, and learning to just be present in the moment and really focused on what our goal is as educators is very important to the health of our school and the health of our kids.
Can you tell us a little bit about the work that you did with MHA for your master's program with mindfulness?
For my degree in literacy, I had to work with a community program and incorporate literacy with their goals of their program. And so I reached out to MHA to see if they would be interested in having a literature list of picture books that are based in mindfulness that could be used as part of their classroom initiative, their mindfulness initiative. And everyone was on board, and so I went ahead and vetted out a list of books that we could use in the classroom on mindfulness, based on, activities that related to our hearts, our minds, our physical being, and there's an activity that goes with each of those books, and it's now available to the teachers that are using the classroom initiative and can have those books present in their classrooms, and the big ideas and philosophies behind mindfulness the kids can learn.
And how did that morph into your current project here at Cooper?
Kristin and I sat down and we were talking about ways to bring mindfulness in, not only to the staff. We definitely wanted to bring that piece to our staff, but also to our students here at Cooper. And Kristin has a program called Book a Day.
Book a month.
Book a month.
Yep.
She has a program called Book a Month, and she brings a book to each classroom each month. A highlighted book, and we decided that we would take a look at the mindfulness book list, and she chose a different book for each month from January through May, and is going into the classrooms and sharing that mindfulness book with the classroom students, and then they're able to talk about it. And then our hope was that they could truly take those principles or philosophies they're learning in the book and apply them in the classroom. Our first book was A World of Possibilities, and hopefully now they can start to learn how important it is to take a pause, to take a breath. And so the hope is that each month they'll learn a new strategy that they can put in their toolbox and build their mindfulness.
Kristin, how did you go about picking the books for this? Because Anna has a lot of books listed.
She does have a lot of books, and she gave me a list. So Anna created this is probably what you used for your capstone too. She gave me a list of, I don't even know how many pages are here. There's like 4 or 5 pages here of different titles, and then there's a synopsis of each of the books. and then the suggested activity. So I kind of looked at, like, for example, for the World of Possibilities, which happens to be the first one listed here, I just thought, for a school that hasn't done a lot in mindfulness, the message in this particular book about stopping and taking a pause, to me, that's something very simple and very easy that the teachers would catch on with right away, and that the children could grab onto right away. So I kind of looked at that first one and was like, yes, let's talk about taking a pause first. And with this first book too, even before I read the book, we talked about what it means to be mindful. And so that was an easy first one to pick. And then the rest of them that I picked, I just went off of kind of the synopses of each of the books and what I kind of felt like our kiddos needed here. So our second one for February is Happy Right Now. So that's another one where I just was like, okay, we're in the month of February, like it's kind of, the months are dragging on, it's the dead of winter, and the first line says, learn how to be happy in the moment. So that's a good one for the month of February when we're working on that happiness and being happy in the moment, and being present in that moment. And then our next one was I Am Peace, and that there's another book by this author that I've used in the past, and I Am Me, I think it's called. Something like that.
And
so
I think you used the I Am Worthy.
Or I Am Worthy. So I love the message in these books. So this was another easy one to pick because I have had experience with this author before. Charlotte and the Quiet Place is our April book of the month, I believe. And this one, again, I just feel like I probably could have picked any of these books because they all just resonate with our kids and some of the trauma and the chaos that they deal with outside of school. So another thing, just giving these kiddos a tool to go find a quiet place, and to just any of the tools that are coming from these books, I just think are so important for their little lives and their little minds and brains. Last one is What Does It Mean to Be Present? And again, just kind of, this will be our last one for this school year. So just kind of bringing it all back together, going back to the mindfulness piece, going back to the being present piece, and just hoping that then in May, they leave with this, and then we can start over again in September when we come back to school and keep this going.
How are the kids responding when you come in and read to them?
Well, it's been the objective, and Anna and I talked about this at the beginning. The objective was kind of twofold. As I stated before the interview started, my teachers also need mindfulness breaks. I mean, the craziness of education right now is that our staff, they're worn out too. So this was kind of a twofold project where I go in and I give the teachers the opportunity to either leave for the 20 to 30 minutes that I'm in there, or they can stay and take part in the book. Most have accepted the invitation and gone, whether it's to just go get caught up on emails or go make a phone call or go make copies. And then I have the kids, when the teachers come back in, we've only done this book so far, but then the kids recap what we've read so the teachers can carry it over into the classroom, obviously. The kids love having the principal come in and read, and the reality of my day is there's a lot of kids that I don't get to spend time with because I'm busy with some of our higher needs kids, which is wonderful too, but this gives me the opportunity to go in and be with all the kiddos too. So it's been fun, and it's someone new in the classroom, so they love to listen to anybody come in and read a book. And even the bigger kids, even my 4th and 5th graders, got down on the floor and were listening. So it's been good. It's been really good.
So I see that you have a little mindfulness box here. How do you incorporate other mindfulness tools here at Cooper?
I'm going to go back to one of our book choices. So we wanted to provide a quiet place for any student at Cooper, and we're calling it the Calm Corner. So what we've done is we've created a mindfulness bin for each classroom, and they have guidelines that they can hang up, timer included in the bin as well. So they can set the timer anytime they just feel like they need to take that breath or that pause or that break. And it's a safe spot that they can go to. They have, the first thing we just ask them to do, here it is to just breathe. And they have a choice from some tracing breathing cards, and then just to kind of bring their bodies down, just that self-regulation piece. And then they have tons of stress relieving objects, toys. We're fans of the sparkly bottle.
We may have been playing with these.
Yeah, we have played with all of these. Just a whole, whatever works for them, just to bring them
some peace
and some calm. We do have a card for the zones of regulation included as well, and the kids, they learn about this through their guidance sessions, and they're able to identify what zone they're in, and hopefully taking that break and that breath will help them return back to that green zone where they're ready for learning. And so when the timer goes off, then the space is available for any other student in the class.
And we have things in there like there's a couple little squishy balls in there. There's some Play-Doh in there. We've really got all sorts of things in there. The popper, the latest craze of the poppets. Just some little guys to play with.
Little guys.
Yep. So just a whole bunch of
little
things
marble
that they can
fidgets.
just kind of fidget with and take their mind off of whatever it is that they need to take their mind off of for a little bit. And we're hoping most of the baskets were passed out actually today because I was able to get them into the classrooms today. And I just kind of said to the teachers, put it in a spot where they're going to kind of be away from everybody else, where they can just go to that spot, set their timer for 5 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it needs to be, whatever the teacher decides. One thing that I've learned in my years as an administrator is, you've got to give your teachers that space to make some of the decisions. So just kind of like, here are the tools. You decide where you want to set it. You decide, how you want to time-wise and how you want to monitor it with the kids. But they should be able to go back there for a couple minutes, and when their timer goes off, head back to their desk, and hopefully they've had that little bit of a calming down break where they're able to, get back to their learning then.
Is there anything that the community can do to support mindfulness within your school here at Cooper?
I think just recognize that mental health is a really big issue right now in the schools, and through supporting the educators in this community, you are therefore supporting the people that are here supporting the students, if that makes sense. So just to make sure that we're keeping, education in a positive light, and that I know COVID has caused a lot of crazy rules and regulations, but we're always willing to let volunteers come in and eat lunch with the kiddos, or, come in and read. We have big brothers, big sisters here. We have some other organizations that have volunteers that come in. Anybody that feels like they want to lend a heart, a hug, a hand, we will take any and all help. We would never turn anybody away if they wanted to come in and spend time with the kids and even, reading and stuff like that.
We have a basket with all of these books. And so, like you said, if someone wanted to come in and read, all of them are available to be read, to a classroom, to an individual child, however it would work best.
Wonderful. For sure. Thank you for all that you do for our community and our students. We appreciate Cooper Elementary.
Thank you.